like, do you have it all scanned in somewhere? Do you have it all online, Art?
I can have it scanned in 48 hours. I have it all over the place, but none of it is not collected in one place. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well,
a bunch of it is not scanned, but I can scan it. It's not a problem.
Start with that. Start with that and
Okay.
putting things in order, because once you start putting your work in order, you can actually look at it and you'll realize that you only make like 5 things or whatever.
Oh,
you might subconsciously know that already, but you'll start to see all the patterns of your work, and it'll help you organize, and it'll help you know how much you've got and what you've got, because people will ask you when they start employing you. They'll be like, do you have this, this, and this? And you'll be like, oh, I think so, because you think you made it, but you don't know if you've got it available. You don't know if you can make a sticker out of it, that kind of shit. And you need to know.
So it's good to have it out. Essentially just a loose portfolio of nothing else, so you can pull from it and have it ready to go. That makes sense.
Well, and when you decide Etsy versus Shopify, Insta versus YouTube versus like whatever, right? When you hone in on one of those, you'll just have to go to one fucking folder.
Okay.
To start uploading.
Okay.
Same thing when you start ordering like stickers and magnets and any of that stuff. First of all, you're gonna want to look at the samples first before you try and sell them, right? But you also want to print your favorite things, because speaking as somebody who handles everything I make, if I print something that I think is shitty, it's just going to bug the shit out of me. I'm going to think of all the things I wish I'd printed instead.
And furthermore, you got 20 copies of this shitty thing you didn't want in the first place. I've been in that predicament before. That's not fun, yeah.
And you also don't necessarily know right now what of your stuff you value versus what your customers value.
That's the part. So I guess it is a thing of sprinkling your work out there. You always hear about artists who are like, I can't believe that was the song, or I can't believe that was the project. There's always some shit that they were like, yeah, I just threw this out, and then everybody fucking loved it, and now everyone's on my dick. So
yeah,
I think there's definitely a truth to that.
Yeah, Tom Petty's won't back down. Same thing, same shit. Fuck you and your fucking feelings. By far my best-selling everything of all times. Is not something I would ever say to anybody. I love feelings. Feelings are my favorite thing. I didn't write that. Yeah, I didn't write that. My best friend Kay said it. I thought it was hilarious. I wrote it down. It's just always sold. It paid my rent.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. I did not know that, yeah.
Well,
one that stuck.
I always give you credit because Cheer Up Your White is something you said to me for my 35th birthday, right? And I wrote it down, and it has been a bestseller. So, I didn't write it, I'm not surprised. But something that is interesting is when people would recount it to me, they'd always be like, I love that fuck off your white card. Or, I'm sorry, your white card. Yeah, yeah, so it was like, it's been like 10 years of me being like, you guys are quoting it wrong, until finally I was like, no, they're telling you what they want you to write. So I expanded it into a whole series, and I think I sent you the whole series, but it all came from your one Cheer Up Your White, and now Cheer Up Your White does not sell as well as the other cards.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, people's attitudes have changed.
Agreed. In the last 10 years, we have stopped comforting white people.
Absolutely. I think when I told you that, there was irony for some people, and there was empowerment for others, and I think the people who are empowered by it, we ain't fucking with them too hard no more. There's irony for what you guys appreciate it. But the ones who are like, yeah, I guess you're right, yeah, fuck them people, dude. That's it, so.
Yeah, you guys aren't going hard enough. Yes, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's nice to think that society moved past that, but I also like to think that, given the choice, nobody would have coddled white people in the first place.
Absolutely.
I just didn't make that a choice. You know?
I like that.
Yeah. So.
There's a problem about it too. I didn't make that a choice. You don't get to be coddled. Why do you get to be coddled? No one else does. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So